Hold up, let me get into my Titus Pillow gear. Oh, fucking shit, I'm falling. I am Titus Pillow. Titus Pillow! Alright, so I finished watching Rome probably about a week ago, maybe. It's a pretty good show. I like that a lot. Because that's like the joke is like, how often does every man think about Rome? And honestly, me personally, not that often. But still, when you do think about it, you always think it's fucking cool. Then you watch the show and you're like, damn, they had a lot of shit going on. Like, they got like lawyers and shit. You know, they got like lawyers and I'm kind of blanking. They got like lawyers and they're like smoking weed and like they're obviously like there's the Senate and there's like I don't know. You get it. They got like a bunch of sophisticated shit. And you're like, whoa, this is so crazy that they had this like 2,000 years ago. Nonetheless, so the story of Rome is, I guess the first season is about Julius Caesar and his quick rise to power and then like his time period in power. And then the second season is more about directly after that and then Octavian, who I'm pretty sure is Caesar Augustus. I think by the end of the show is when he's basically emperor. I don't think they ever say he's the emperor now or this is an empire. This is an empire. I don't think they ever say some shit like that. He does say something about like being the first citizen. I don't know what that means. The official title for the Roman emperor starting with Augustus in 27 BC. Okay, so he basically says I'm emperor. He just doesn't say the word emperor or anything. So he's first citizen. So the story is pretty much it's a historical like dramatization, you know, like it's not fully adhering to things that happened in actual history. I don't think Servilia necessarily died. Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers, by the way. I don't think that she like died like right after Brutus died or some shit, or like pretty soon after. I think she kind of lived to like old age and died of natural causes or something. I don't know. I like the look of this show. It's like you can tell when you're watching this show because it was like 2005, I guess. You can tell when you're watching this show because I guess Game of Thrones came about 3 years after that. And that's when it started. There's certain locations that they reuse, and you're like, oh shit, it's that thing from even in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, you can tell there's like, oh, there's this location that they reused from Rome, the show Rome from 2005, and it's a good. Especially if you don't know anything. I read Julius Caesar, you know, the Shakespeare play in high school, and so I knew about that vaguely. I think that's even more fictionalized than this show. I mean, this show is almost realistic, you know. The show's almost adhering solely to like reality. Like there's no oracle. Was there an oracle in Julius Caesar? Isn't that what it is? Like beware the Ides of March or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, the main thing I wanted to talk about was the characters. That's the main thing that sets this show apart, and that's the highlight of the show is the writing, but also just like these characters and the actors that portray them. I just want to go through a list if I can. Let's see if I can find a Rome HBO tier list. That'd be fucking nice. Nice. There's actually hell yeah. Give me 15,000 ads. That'd be great. Give me 15,000 ads. Yes, that's what I want. I want 15,000 ads. Yep. I want 15,000 ads. I want 15,000 ads on my page, on my screen right now. That's what I want. Please, more ads. So here we go. Let's see. I'll start from the bottom. Okay. Oh, damn. But starting from the bottom, I'll just kind of pick around. So Herod, motherfucker was irrelevant. He wasn't even really in the show. I'd say Ptolemy's a fucking clown. And both of Ptolemy's people too, like this guy, the idiot that fucking killed Pompey. Who the fuck is that? I can't even remember who these people are. I'm trying to get the the most irrelevant people out of the way first. Pompey's son, we'll say he's a clown. He's a clown, but put him up front. He's a clown. He's a fucking bastard. The idiot that tried to poison Attia. Clown, but I'll put him second. What an idiot. These first ones that I'm ranking that are like irrelevant, I don't have much to say about them. And I guess I'm just ranking them on based on how I felt about them. Well, I guess it's like how I felt about them plus if I think I'll talk about the acting too. I'm trying to get some more people that don't fucking matter out of the way. And I'm not going to look this shit up either. I'm not going to fucking study on this shit. Timon, isn't that his name? Timon's brother? A bit of a clown. I'll put him higher than these boys. If they weren't good enough for me to remember, then I guess they're going to go into irrelevant. I sound like I have a packet of cream cheese in my mouth. Who the fuck is that? No idea. Irrelevant. Who the fuck is that? Can't remember. Who the fuck is this? No idea. This is Servilia's bitch. Who the fuck is that? I'm just gonna get through all these people that I can't remember first. No idea who that is. I think this is like Pompey's wife, maybe? I have no idea who that is. Or maybe, I don't know. Who fucking knows? That's not Pompey's wife. This was Pompey's wife. This was Pompey's wife. I'll put her in mid. She was cool. Bald idiot that loved to fuck the male slave. Can't remember who this is. I'll go into irrelevant. This guy looks really familiar. Can't remember him though. So he'll go into irrelevant. I'll put him at the top of irrelevant. Okay. He looks really familiar. I can't remember anything about him. Actually, that's fucking. Is that Mycenius or whatever the fuck his name was? He was mid. He was mid. He was a bastard. I'll say that. I'll put him at the top. He was a bit of a bastard. No idea who this is. No idea who this boy is. Is this Lucius? We'll save him. No idea who this is. Now we're in the realm of people that I can actually remember. But let's first get these motherfuckers out of the way. All these random gangster guys. They're gonna go into clown tier. Okay, so Memio. Memio, what a fucking clown. Sorry, bro. Memio, he was cool, but he's a clown. He was good in the show, but he was a fucking idiot. Same thing with the guy that tried to tempt Vorenus the older. He was a fucking clown. Memio's a clown. They're both clowns. They're both fucking idiotic. I mean, I respect it. They tried to play the game. They fucking got roasted. Sorry, bud. I don't know what happened to this dude, actually. But I know that Memio got roasted. Oh, now I'm remembering something. So this is, what was this guy's fucking name? This is the guy that got his head cut off. I would say he's even bigger clown. He's like, yeah, your kids, I fucked them and then threw them in the river. They're dead. Yeah, so he got his head chopped off and his chopped off head sat in a room for weeks. Sorry, bud, you're the biggest clown. Cleopatra's bitch. She was cool. I'll say she's even pretty far up in mid. She's cool. She was loyal. I remember this guy. He took the easy way out after he realized he's like, oh fuck, we're fucked. I'll put him in mid. The higher tiers will be more about performance. Right now, this is more about just getting these characters out of the way that I barely remember. We have 2 different Octavians. That's actually good. So Octavian as a young man, as a young teen or whatever, great. That actor was so good. And I don't know, you can just see so much in him when he's put into situations where he's not comfortable and he doesn't know what to do. He's very enjoyable. He's very entertaining. This kid was a good actor, honestly. I think he was even better than Octavian when he got older. Octavian when he gets older, he was good. He was good. I wouldn't say that Octavian older is better than himself as a teen in the show. Like he's a little bland. I don't know. I don't want to be too hard on him, but I did like the teen Octavian much better, much more interesting. Cassius, I can't say he was a clown. He's definitely not irrelevant. The way that they go out in the end is pretty respectable, and I can't be pissed at him. Why don't we have 2 Brutuses on here too? Cassius, he'll go in good. He'll go in good below Octavian, I would say. Ooh, I don't know though. I'm gonna put Octavian below him because I think that his ending is really worth it. Cicero, same deal. Cicero, I'd say Cicero is at the top of good. Actually, damn. I'd say Cicero's at the bottom of great. Cicero's a great character, and his whole ending is very satisfying, very commendable. It's like you're like, man, kind of sucks that he has to die. Like I'm kind of so sad. Pompey, same deal. I'd say Pompey's at the top of good. He wasn't in the show for very long. Kind of fucking it up. He's kind of a fool. Great actor, great performance. Interesting character. Cicero is just around longer, so that's why I ranked it that way. Agrippa, Marcus Agrippa, I'd say he's at the top of good also. He is interesting because he's very strict about his honor, and not compromising himself, even though that fucks him in the ass all the time. Like he gets fucked by his circumstances. He he wants things, but he's like, I can't have them because I have to be a good soldier. I have to be loyal and shit. So I respect him, and he's pretty cool, and he's also a good commander. He kind of fucks some people up as far as like the wars. Timon. I don't remember what happened to Timon. I think they escaped. I like Timon quite a bit. I would say I like Timon more than Agrippa. Timon is very interesting. I'm glad he said fuck you to his stupid ass brother. Where's his brother at? Right here? What an idiot. What a clown. Lepidus, I'd say he's at the top of mid. I'd say he's below Cleopatra's servant too. He's at the top of mid. He didn't really do shit. Didn't really do shit ever. He was always just like, well, I guess we're gonna do that. I guess that's cool. Or these people are stupid. Doesn't ever do anything about it. Okay, cool. Lighty, out of pure respect, she overcame a lot. She overcame a lot. I'd say she's at the top of good. She man, she had a rough time, and she's very forgiving. And I'm glad that she came around and she looks out for the children. She's also very cool with Lucius later on, and so I respect her. She's a good woman. She's cool. I guess I'll get the kids out of the way. Lucius the boy, pretty mid. He doesn't really do shit. I'll put Lucius the boy at the bottom of mid. I'll even put Vorenus the younger at the bottom of mid also. I can't really put them any higher than that. They don't really do much. So, but they're cool. Vorenus the older, I'd say she's at the top of... I'd put her in between Mycenius, whatever the fuck his name is, and this guy. I can't remember his name. His name was... Damn. What was his fucking name? But she goes through a lot. She is a bit of a fucking clown. But I wouldn't say she's a clown enough to go and clown. She's definitely not irrelevant. I don't hate her. I just think that because she did go through a lot. But she does make some stupid decisions. But her decisions make sense. So I feel like that's why I'm going to put her in the middle of mid. She's not better than... You know what? She probably is better than Lepidus. Lepidus doesn't do fucking anything. So, you know what? Lepidus might go to irrelevant. He's going to the top of irrelevant. I'm sorry, Lepidus. You fucking... you're a big name in the history books, but you do not do shit in this show. He does nothing. He's just always like, I guess I can't say no. Cool. Servilia's servant. Fucking idiot. I guess this is backwards too. I think it's supposed to be like whoever's the biggest clown would be at the bottom. A bunch of fucking clowns. Honestly, this order doesn't really matter. Besides these guys need to be at the bottom of clown. They're fucking so stupid. Who else do we have? The goat. Let's just rank the goat, okay? The goat. Top tier. The orator guy, or what the fuck he would be called, I have no idea. But he's like the newsreader in the center of the town. He's in the whole fucking show. Top tier. He doesn't even really do much besides read the news. But, come on. I can't not put him in the top tier. Every time you see him, you're like, oh, hell yeah. Here he is. It's the guy. Top tier. Don't argue with me. Mascius. I'll put Mascius at the bottom of good. He, as much as he had problems with what was going on in this little mafia that they're starting, he was a good guy. He was a good soldier. He was a good number 3. He was always like the third man, but he never like actually did anything to, even though he was pissed, he was open about what he was pissed about, and he never did anything to fuck with the system. He never did anything to fuck Vorenus over, or fuck Titus over, or just fuck the whole Aventine up. And he also was in charge of the Aventine while they were gone and gave it... You know what? Shit. Mascius, he's going up to here. He's in the middle of good, bro. He held it down, bro. He really did. He held it down. Like, Lucius just went off for fucking months. And same thing with Titus. Titus, like, retires from the gang, and Lucius goes off for months. And Mascius held it down. He did the whole gang war survived, held it down, and then when they came back, he was like, yeah, I guess you're back in charge. He could have easily done some shit where he was like, fuck that, and tried to like kill Varenus, and he didn't do it. He didn't fucking do it. That's crazy to me, you know? He damn. I might put him above Agrippa. He's above Agrippa. You know what? I'm gonna put him at the very top of good. Fuck, shit, man. The more I think about what Mascius did, he deserves to be there. Caesarion, I'll put him in mid. He doesn't really do much. He's cool, especially at the very end. He's cool. Jocasta, she's pretty funny. She's pretty fucking funny. She's more interesting to watch than even Octavian. I'm sorry, older Octavian. Look, Jocasta is pretty funny to watch. Interesting character. I'll put her and, well, no, I can't do that. I have to, oh shit. This woman, I can't remember her name. I think they called her Gaia or some shit. What a bitch. I'm sorry. There's one thing that she does. I guess I'm talking spoilers. For what she did to fucking Ureni, I'm sorry. She has to go into trash. She has to go into trash at the very bottom. She's a great character, but what a bitch. Are you fucking kidding me? You couldn't, why? Why did you, what, for what? I'm pretty sure Titus was already fucking you. So if you would have just like let things unfold, I'm pretty sure Ureni would have left him. She would have left him if she would have found out. You could have just like orchestrated it to where she found out that y'all were fucking. Guess what would have happened? She would have left him, and then you probably could have gotten Titus anyways. You didn't need to fucking kill her and her unborn child. Are you fucking stupid? I mean, I guess that's the point. She was like kind of psychotic, but that's just fucking nuts. Ureni, I'll put Ureni at the top of good, right behind Mascius. She's very cool, and she did go through a lot. I honestly can't believe. That was like one of the hardest things to believe about the show is like, why is she with Titus? He killed her husband. And it wasn't even that long afterward. I mean, there's a lot of time skips in the show, but pretty soon afterwards, she's like fully on board with like being in a relationship with Titus. But she's really cool, and her death is very sad. It sucks so bad. This woman, I can't remember her name, but she a freak. She's also really cool. I love when Octavian's like, I can't remember the last time that I told a joke. And she's like, in the market the other day, like you said something about fish or something. Like she, I don't know. I just enjoyed her. I can't put her too high. She doesn't really do much in the show besides fuck Octavian and be kinky. But I'll put her above Octavian. Her and Octavian can sit at the bottom of good. They are both good, but they're just, I don't know. They kind of come in later at the show. Posca, as loyal a slave as there ever was. I'll say, and he was cool. He was cool. Actually, I wouldn't say loyal, but he was still cool. I'll put him in between Cicero and younger Octavian. He's really cool the whole time. Servilia, I've been waiting for this one. Servilia, I fucking hate Servilia so much. Everything she did made no sense to me. Like, she went batshit insane over just being turned down by Julius Caesar. And it wasn't even like you're ugly, fuck you, I would never marry you, or I would never be with you. It was literally just about like his honor, you know, like his responsibility. You know, he had to. People were talking shit about him, and he's like the ruler, so he needed to, you know, he needed to whip into shape. He needed to stop fucking around. And so, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna be like, sorry, and he even did it nicely. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't. At least as far as I remember, he did it nicely. He was like, I'm sorry, we can't be together anymore. But she went batshit insane, cursed the whole fucking family, and just threw a fit for years and years, threw a fit. And honestly was humiliated over and over again, and just kept doing it. Just kept going crazy. It's like, what are you doing? What, like, haven't you had enough? She always wanted to get revenge, and she just got fucked up in the end. It's like, you're an idiot. So you're going to the bottom of trash. Probably the most hated character in the show for me. I hate her so much. I despised this woman. She sucked. Cleopatra, really cool character. The actress is great. Damn, where would she go? For now, I'll put her at the bottom of great. She could easily go into good. I think she's just so interesting, and she basically, if it wasn't for the other character that I'll talk about later, she would steal scenes because every scene that she's in is very interesting, and she's very fun to watch. Great actress. Don't know any of their names. But she was really cool. I'll put her at the bottom of great. I can't remember Lucius's wife's name. Niobe, that's her name. I'll put her at the bottom of great also. I'll put her right above Cleopatra. Actually, yeah, I'll put her right above Cleopatra. What a great woman. What a great woman. She did her best. I liked when her and Lucius were on the same team and actually were in love and shit. That was very that it just makes me so mad at Lucius for reacting the way that he does to a lot of situations, because she didn't have to go. I guess I can't say that on YouTube, so I'll just say she died the way that she did, as a favor to Lucius, which is very respectable. It's like, wow. But she really didn't have to go, and I wish she didn't. I liked her a lot. She's really cool. So rest in peace, Niobe. Let's do Brutus. Brutus, I don't know which one's which. I'm guessing this is the younger one. The younger Brutus, he's an idiot, but he's a good character. He's a very good character. He kind of... It was really Servilia just messing with his mind. Bringing up his father, bringing up his fucking lineage, and being like, you have to do what honor demands and shit. But I can't hate on him. He is good. And I don't know why they have two Brutuses on here. They have the older one and like the younger one, but I think of them as the same the whole time. They're both good, if not great. I'll put him in great, right below Niobe. I'll put both of these in great, because I think he's great the whole time. Even though you don't agree with what he's about most of the time, you understand him, and he goes out like a champ. He goes out with a bang. What a homie. What a good guy. If only we could be like him sometimes, at least in our final moments. He was dope. Here we go. Now we're getting to the cream of the crop. Octavia. I love Octavia. She's like the mezzo soprano of Rome, but she's very fun to watch. She's really cool. Right above Cicero, I would say. Yeah. I mean, there's just not much to say. She's just cool. Great actress. She's like the crazy Irish girl in The Walking Dead, season 4, episode 1. So now moving on. Let's do Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, he was a great guy. He kind of is very stoic in a way. He doesn't really have any crazy moments, but you do like him a lot. He's a better guy than Cicero, but as far as like impact on the show, not even impact on the show, more like just like who's like very likable and interesting to watch. He very much is. I still think Cicero is a little bit better, and I would say I'd put him a little bit below Niobe even. I know that might be fucking blasphemy. It's fucking Julius Caesar, but he's still in the great tier. He's a great character. He's only in the first season, and he kind of does fuck around. It's just like he never did anything too extreme to where you're like, what the fuck are you doing? That made you really understand like why they wanted to kill him, and like nothing he ever did really justified murdering him at all. Nothing. It didn't. I think that's the point. But there was some things where you're like, dude, like you could be doing a little bit better. But he was cool. He's a cool guy. The order that I do these ones are gonna be, I'll do the best last. Okay, I'll do the best character last. Lucius Vorenus. Lucius Vorenus is probably one of the most interesting main characters. He's kind of the main character of the show. Kinda. And he's a very interesting guy because you don't really agree with him a lot of the time. You don't really agree with him ever. He's very stoic. But that's like the point of him. He's like this like soldier who doesn't know anything else but like the like honor and tradition and adhering to like the gods and his status and like what he's supposed to do and his responsibility. But that also gets him into fucking trouble where he doesn't have the best family life, the shit that happens with Niobe. But none of that makes him a bad character. It just makes him interesting because some people could say that he's kind of like a rock the whole time, like he doesn't really have any like crazy development. But I think that's what makes him good, is that he doesn't change very much. He does change for the better throughout the show. He gets better. He becomes more forgiving. He learns to open himself up and not be so brooding and shit. But there are so many moments where you're like, holy shit, what are you doing, Lucius? Like, what are you fucking doing? About 15,000 times he's like, I'm home for good now. I'm fucking done here. I gotta go to the army. Fuck the army. I'm home, children, for good. I can't believe you did this. I'm going back to the army. That shit gets a little ridiculous sometimes, but he's a great character. You know what? I'm gonna move Octavian the Younger to the top tier. I'm gonna put Lucius the top of great guy, but like I said, there's times where you're just like, what the fuck? Yeah, I hope that's not too controversial putting in there. Titus Pullo, my dog, Titus Pullo. I'm Titus Pullo. Motherfucker starts the series off getting his fucking head, getting surgery on his head, metal plate put in his head in Rome. I guess we could go back to what I was talking about when I was like, damn, they got lawyers and shit, and like the Senate, and like they got like a bunch of advanced stuff for 2,000 years ago. They're doing surgery on this dude. They put a metal plate in his head, and he survives the whole show. It's like, man, this guy's a fucking dog. And then like hunting, like interrogating Niobe's lover. Sorry, bud. Roasted him. True friend, loyal as ever. Kind of went off the rails killing Eurene's husband, but he was, he's a lover. He's a lover and a fighter. He's a great fucking guy. He doesn't back down from anything. He's a beast. Him and Varenus. If Lucius Varenus and Titus Pullo walk into a room of 50 guys, 50 people are going to be dead, and Titus Pullo and Lucius Varenus are going to walk out fine. They will kill 30 people in a bar. No problem. Easy. They're soaked in blood. They don't give a fuck. He's just a G, bro. He's dope. He's raising Caesarion. He saves Eurene. He makes up with Eurene after killing her husband. Whoops. He kills he interrogates and then kills the guy that was fucking Niobe. He's a great soldier. I've probably already said some shit like that. He's cool he's cool. Like, Octavian loves him. Everybody just loves him. He becomes a damn celebrity after the murder. I forgot about the whole thing where he was like an assassin, basically, but he becomes like fucking famous across Rome. They're like, oh my god, it's Titus Pullo. I'll put him above Octavian the Younger. He's dope. Now, these two characters. Atia of the Julii. She's a bit of a bitch sometimes, but holy hell is she so interesting to watch. I've probably said that like a million times. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it a million more times. Pardon my lack of vocabulary. She's dope. And the actress, there's so many moments like when Servilia dies and it's just her like looking at it, and it's just like that close up on her face, just holding it there, and the look on her face is mesmerizing. I can't applaud her enough. She is amazing. She's so good in this fucking show. She doesn't really go through the worst shit in the show of anybody. She does have some big moments of despair, and she kind of fucks around, and she kills, or she orders like the death of Octavia's lover. She's a little evil sometimes. She's a bit of an antagonist sometimes, but you can't help but love her at the end, bro. She's just so good. She's so good. I've ranked all these fucking characters. I'm running out of words to say, and I'm saving all my words for this last person. I would put her even above Pullo. I love Pullo. I love Titus Pullo, but Atia she's in the whole show, and she's so good the whole time. Now, the GOAT, the greatest character in the entire show. And it's baffling to me that I don't know who this guy is, who the actor is, but he knocked it out of the fucking park. This guy is the true scene stealer. He is, every scene he's in is so good. He's one of the coolest characters. He's also one of the funniest characters. He is so fucking funny. Oh my god. Fucking Mark Antony. Mark Antony goes to the fucking top of the list. The greatest character in the whole show. If you don't agree, I'm sorry. Mark Antony, every time that Mark Antony is in a scene, I'm fucking dying laughing. He's fully about it. He's corrupt. He's a bit of a fucking, he's very shifty. His loyalties are malleable. They're flimsy. But that's what makes him so good. He's so amazing. And I'm watching this show, and there's so many times where I was like, this actor, oh my god, he's so good. He's so good. Here, he looks a lot like I don't know the guy's name. I forgot his name, but he plays McNulty in The Wire. He looks a lot like that, and so I thought it was him for a second. But this guy, I can't believe this guy isn't in more shit. He makes the show. He is a huge part of what makes the show work. Oh my gosh, every and like I said earlier, because he was also about some honor, at least when it came to like the battlefield and the army and being a soldier and shit and commanding his soldiers. He was pretty real. He was never too crazy. He respected people, even if it pissed him off. He respected Lucius a lot. He'd be like, that shit would crack me up. The 30,000 times that Lucius is like, I'm back, Mark Antony, to serve you. Please have me. And Mark Antony's like, are you fucking kidding me? And then like a year later, like they're in like war, and Mark Antony's like got a beard, and he's like, he's roughing it. And Lucius is like, Mark Antony, I ask you to relieve me of my duty. I have to go find my children. Mark Antony's like, you're fucking joking. All right, whatever, fine, go. Like, oh my god, there's a million moments where Mark Antony kills me. I loved Mark Antony in this show. He was so good, so interesting from the very beginning all the way to the very end. He's so awesome. Whenever Octavian comes by and they're planning on how to take control of Rome, and Octavian has the list of people. These people are loyal to Brutus. These people need to be killed. And Lepidus is like, what are you talking about? We can't kill these people. Like, I have some friends in this list. And Mark Antony sees this list. I have to add 15 names to this list because Mark Antony is about that shit, bro. He don't give a fuck. He's like, all right, fuck it, whatever. And of course he stifles, and he has some missteps where he's getting high too much with Cleopatra. He's fucking himself over. He's losing battles, but it never matters. He's the best character in the whole show. He is goated. So, there you go. The top characters in the whole show is Mark Antony, Atty of the Julii, Titus Pullo, and Octavian. Younger Octavian, at least. And then, just for shits and giggles, we're putting the fucking newsreader at the very top. If you watch the show, you know what I mean. He's goated. He's dope. But yeah, I really enjoyed this show. It's like, what are you gonna do? You can't really have more seasons. I guess you could go further into Roman history, but this is the Roman history that I'm not gonna say it matters the most, but it's some big points, some key points. You get everything you could want. You get from the rise of Julius Caesar all the way to the founding of the empire, and that's mainly what the show is about. Is how Rome became an empire. Like a rating out of 10, I would say I give the show like an 8.5, an 8.5 out of 10. I think there's some stuff that could be improved, I guess, but overall, because I don't want to just because I want to give it a 9 out of 10, but I will give it an 8.5. I guarantee you I could watch this again, in the future, and it could easily get a 9. It's very, very, very good. I think the second season is better than the first. Nonetheless, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Great show. Good time. So that's my rating for Rome, HBO. 2005, 2007. There you go. That's it.